Nightly greetings, one and all. William Theo here, homegrown and happy to bring you PTV News Now. And on this rainy and damp Tuesday night, we kick off tonight's stories with the offshoot or fallout of yesterday's exclamation by the president in his State of the Nation speech, his summary decision and directive to eliminate all POGO operations in the country. Less than 24 hours after yesterday's historic and best-received SONA speech, House Speaker Martin Romualdez summoned his lieutenants and leaders in the House and Secretariat officials to draft a consolidated measure that fleshes out the president's directive to uproot and eradicate all POGO operations nationwide by the end of the year. Likewise, he ordered his people in the House to sustain all probes on POGOs and their illegal activities and bring them to a conclusive end. Right now, there are at least 5 pending House bills and resolutions filed by House members on both sides of the aisle, awaiting deliberations and substantive action, which the Speaker wishes to consolidate into one comprehensive draft measure that sits well with all House members who participated in these hearings. Speaker Martin Romualdez wants a law enacted that harmonizes all anti-POGO measures that is forever enshrined in the country's jurisprudence. Meanwhile, in a seldom-seen display of unity, House lawmakers on both sides of political aisle grilled Secret Service Chief Kimberly Cheatle and requested her to step down after not satisfying the House panel in a hearing on basic questions on the failed sleigh attempt on former President Donald Trump's life in a campaign rally in Bethel, Pennsylvania. VOA's congressional correspondent Catherine Gibson tells us more.
9 days after the assassination attempt that shook the nation, there are few answers on how the shooter got so close to Trump. The head of the United States Secret Service, Kimberly Cheatle, answering lawmakers' questions about the shooting for the first time, was blunt.
We failed.
Cheatle said a full report on the agency's failure to protect the former president would be released within 90 days. Lawmakers said that was unacceptable during an election season that has already proved to be contentious. Some called on her to resign.
The Secret Service has a zero-fail mission, but it failed on July 13th and in the days leading up to the rally. The Secret Service has thousands of employees and a significant budget, but it has now become the face of incompetence.
Cheatle told lawmakers Trump's Secret Service detail was aware of a suspicious person before the former president spoke at the rally.
If the detail had been passed information that there was a threat, the detail would never have brought the former president out onto stage.
One analyst told VOA the early warnings about the shooter raised serious questions.
Most definitely there was a failure here to neutralize the threat when it was immediately observed. And quite frankly, it would have been a legitimate to shoot that young man once he was on the roof. It would have been a legitimate shooting, a legal shooting. So I don't know why there was hesitation.
Congressional Democrats called for changes to gun laws in the United States, saying it was unfortunate that former President Trump is now one of many victims of gun violence.
We almost lost a presidential candidate the other day. A 20-year-old had access to his father's AR-15 and got on top of a roof within 500 yards or feet of the podium. And I'm asking you, did the availability of that AR-15, which is replicated all across America, make your job harder or easier? And you're not willing to answer that question?
The Federal Bureau of Investigation has still not determined a motive for the actions of Thomas Matthew Crooks, the suspected shooter. Catherine Gibson, VOA News.
At this moment, we turn to my colleague in our Baguio City studios for what's brewing in the Cordilleras of late, Audrey Villeda.
Nagbagarabi Pilipinas. Iawawis man ti Department of Education ti aktibo apan nakipasadagi ti amin anaganak iti manariman a Brigada Eskwela. May salaangan alawas mangrugin ti sarak dagiti estudyante iti sidong ti Department of Education. Itangal daw ti panakailukat ti Brigada Eskwela 2024 iti Baguio City. Dito'y Cordillera na ilukat ti tinawan na programa iti Irisan National High School. Adaan ti tema bayanihan para sa matatag na paaralan. Panggap ti aktibidad apapigsaan ti panagtinulong ti komunidad ken pagadalan para kadagiti estudyante. Layunay ti partisipasyon dagiti naganak kadagiti trabaho iti pagadalan. May sada iti awagas sapno makita dati kasasaad ti pagadalan ken no kasano mapapintas pay para kadagiti anak da.
Ay na talagang parent po ay makibahagi kasi hindi po kaya ng school, hindi po kaya ng lahat ng teachers igagawin lahat para sa kanila sa school. So we need ang tulong ng mga parents po.
Iti dadumapay adda magkaspasat ti selebrasyon ti Asia Pacific and Africa International Peace Conference iti Baguio City. Nabigbig dagiti individual katinulungan ti organisasyon iti panakaitalo ti kapya ti sangalubungan. Upat apulo ket walo ti napadayawan iti ambassadorial ken individual category. May sa ti youth advocate ani John Robert kadagiti nakaawat iti award. Kas may sa Youth Peace Ambassador italtalo na ti kapya kadagiti pada na nga agtutubo iti pagadalan ken uray iti negosyo. Inyunay-unay ni United Nations Eminent Peace Ambassador Dr. Maxwell Hagan ti panakseptar iti pagdumaan ti tunggal may sa para iti kapya. Sigun iti IAWPA, saan lang nga ti edukasyon, gobyerno wino iti negosyo maitalo ti kapya.
It starts with our action or how we speak kasi as a young people, makikita talaga sa isang young people how he speaks. So sa pakikipag-communicate pa lang natin ng maayos at tamang pakikipag-communicate, we are able to advocate or promote this.
We advocate for coexistence and love among ourselves. There can never be peace advocacy if we do not accept each other for who we are.
Dagiti damdamag manipod iti PTV Cordillera, siak ni Audrey Villena na imbag nga rabii.
Thank you, Audrey, and we've come to the end of our program. Join us again tomorrow afternoon for the first edition of PTV News Now. William Theo here wishing you a restful night ahead and reminding you to always stay informed by catching the news right here. And thank you for watching PTV News Now.